Hey everyone, Buffett here. Today we're gonna be learning how to make a Fortnite header using Photoshop. Before I start this video, I'm gonna be releasing the PSD of this header right here if we reach 30 likes on this video. Alright, with that being said, let's start this video. Alright, to start this header, you're gonna have to put the width to 1500 pixels and set the height to 500 pixels and press create. Alright, I'll give you guys the assets of this header that I used in the description below. As you can see, it has my render, not mine, I didn't make it, but it has a render, and it has some other stocks you need too. Okay, so we want to start this. First, you want to make a background. We want to choose from screenshots. In this case, I chose this one. Just drag and drop. And okay, you can resize it however you want. Oop, too big. Redo. Okay, I'm gonna put mine right here. Okay, next up, we're gonna press this little circle thing in the corner right here and go to gradient map. You wanna go to this properties and double click this. You wanna move the white right here and change it into a grayish black color. Yeah, around here. Then you want to group these two together and call it the background. Next up, we're gonna do the text. Alright, so I have the font right here. It's called Fear No More. This font. I'm gonna type for when. Let's make that white. Okay. Then change the font to Cinema. Here we go. Okay. Right now the font looks short, I would say. You want to move this thing. I don't know what it's called. This thing, if you know, tell me in the comments down below. You want to move that to around 200%, maybe more. Let's see. That's too much. We're gonna do 140. Nah, 150. Okay, around 150 is good. Okay, so next up you're gonna adjust the height and the spacing between the letters using this and this one right here. I'll cut back to you when I finish this. Okay, we're back. Next up, once you have adjusted that, you want to press this thingy right here to warp the text. And then you want to press the style. You want to change it to arc. I think I usually do 15%. Yep. Okay, now you want to resize this. And you want to move it a little bit to the left. Around, I think, -7 degrees. Okay. Next up, we're gonna do the effects on the text. First thing is, did that. You wanna press this thingy right here to warp the text. And then you want to press the style. You want to change it to arc. I think I usually do 15%. Yep. Okay, now you want to resize this. and you want to move it a little bit to the left, around, I think, -7 degrees. Okay. Next up, we're gonna do the effects on the text. First thing is, you're gonna right click this, convert to shape. This will convert the text into a shape. And you wanna select the shape tool right here. Any shape you want. Just go to fill, press this thing over here, and change the gradient. I'm gonna go for, read that. Okay, I'm gonna go for a yellow. And this one. Okay, and adjust the angle a bit. Alright, and just set it to 90. Okay, next up, what you're gonna do is you wanna select the ellipse tool and make a big oval shape. Then you wanna select the fill to black, move it over the text and rotate it. Make sure it covers like half of the text. Then you wanna right click and create clipping mask. Okay. Now you wanna select this, change it into, I think, soft light. Yeah, soft light. I'm gonna move it down a bit. Change this. Okay. Next up, you're gonna use the eraser tool right over here, and it's gonna ask to rasterize the shape. Just press OK. You're gonna make it bigger. Make sure the hardness is on 0, and try to erase the bottom right here. Okay, just like that. Next up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to add some effects, and you're gonna add one halftone. I think we're gonna choose maybe, yeah, this one. Okay. Once you've done that, just align it. Alright. Okay, just right over here. Make it a bit smaller. And yeah, right over here. Then you're gonna use your eraser tool, rasterize it again, and erase the bottom part. Once you've done that, you wanna change this to, I think it was art light, and change the opacity down. Put the opacity down. You can either do this or just change this to normal and change the color overlay to a good orange or yellow. Let's see. Okay, right over here. This is good. Okay, next up, we're gonna duplicate this text layer right here. Control J to duplicate it. Select the bottom layer right here. Go to the shape tool once again. Change the fill to none. And change the stroke to a dark color of this. I'm gonna go for right here. Okay, let's see if that works. Next up, you're gonna go to this line thingy right here. change the line, go to the third one, caps to the third one, and corners to the first one, sorry. Then you're gonna move this up. Now you can see it's starting to take place. I think I did mine at around 14, I think. Yeah, 14. Okay, I'm gonna change the colors of it. Okay, I think that's good. Next up, you want to duplicate the bottom layer once again. This one. Control J. Drag it to the bottom. And you want to Control T to transform it. Make it smaller. And around there. Then you want to move it down. Just right there. Now you want to go to the Shake tool. Now you're going to add the fill. Change it to the same color as this one. Okay. Now you want to right click on this, rasterize layer, and double click, change the color. You can go to black and turn down the opacity. 38 seems fine. I'm gonna adjust this a bit. Okay. Now you see this, where we need to connect these lines to make them look 3D. So how we're gonna do that is we're gonna use the pencil right here. You're gonna need to make a new layer first. There we go. And I'll come back when this is finished. Alright, now that that's done, the last thing you're gonna do to the text is group all the text layers right here. And Control G to group them. Here we go. Now you wanna duplicate the group layer. Control J and right click. Convert to Smart Object. And right click, rasterize layer. Now you have one on top right here. You wanna double click that. Go to stroke and you want to choose a bright color. I'm gonna go for this yellow. Next up, what you're gonna do is press OK. You wanna right click this, rasterize layer style. Now you're gonna have to erase the parts where there's holes in it. Use your eraser tool and just erase the bottom part. Okay, now you can see there's still some stuff right here. You can delete that. Alright, once you've done that, you're pretty much done with the text. You want to group everything together and name it text. Text. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add the character. You wanna go in my asset pack, go into the render. The render is by Obey Hexa, by the way. You wanna drag and drop the render right over here. Okay. Resize it to your needs. I'll put it right here. Let's see the example. Yeah, let's put it right there. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna resize the text a bit. In order to not mess with it, I'm gonna Control J to duplicate the text and lock this one. Gonna do Control E. Sorry, I'm on Mac. Control E, and yeah, you wanna close this. Control E and resize it. Okay. Once you've done that, we're gonna do the smoke and the effects. Okay. I have prepared some smokes for you right in the pack. This is by Zert. You can buy his pack right here. Okay. You're gonna drag it in, put it behind everything, and let's see. I'm gonna put it around there. Yep, around there. Okay. Next up, we're gonna add another smoke right in this corner. So I'm just gonna Control J to duplicate it and just dragging it over here. Alright, to change the color of this, you wanna double click this, go to Color Overlay and Hue. Then you wanna select the color that you want. I'm gonna go for a yellow right here. A bit more. Okay. Oops. Go to Hue and this color. Okay. And I'm gonna change this one to red. Okay, next up I'm gonna show you guys how to add I think it's called a subtext or a text above this. This one says phase because this guy's in phase. I'm gonna also write phase up there. I'm gonna show you how to make this. It's pretty much the same thing as this. Ooh, on the text I forgot something. Okay. Sorry for that. You're gonna open up the text and open up this on this one right here. The one on top. Double click that. Go to Bevel and Emboss. I forgot that. Okay. You wanna have the same settings as me on here. Inner bevel, smooth, depth to 1000. Direction up, size is 5, and this is 0, and the angle I'm gonna adjust. Okay. And highlight mode to normal on 100 with white. And this one can be anything, just put the opacity down to 0. Okay. Now that that looks better, we're gonna do... Okay, I'm gonna have to delete this. And Control J again. Lock the bottom one. Close it. And Control E to make this. And rasterize layer. Drag this up here. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the center. Okay. And make it bigger. Alright. Now the text is pretty much done. Sorry I had to add that. Alright, next up we're gonna do the subtext as I said. We're gonna add F-A-Z-E, phase, and do what we did before. I'm gonna make it smaller. And I'm gonna add an arc. Okay. Too much. Okay. Next up, we're gonna right click, convert to shape. And then you wanna change the fill to a gradient. In this case, I'm gonna choose red. red to a darker type of red. Does that look good? Okay. Next up, we want to double click and go to bevel and emboss on the same settings. Maybe reduce the size a bit. Okay, that looks good. Next up, you want to do an oval one more time. Change the fill to a black. A nice black color. Okay. Now you want to right click, rasterize layer. Oh, sorry. Right click, create clipping mask, and lower the opacity. Okay. Next up, we're gonna use this layer, the bottom layer, duplicate that, and right click, clear layer styles. Next up, we're gonna do the stroke. So add a solid color, choose a darker or brighter color. I'm gonna go for a darker. And same settings, put this on the third one, this on the third one, this on the first one. And adjust that. I'm gonna go for a lighter color. Okay, darker. Next up, we're gonna duplicate this one more time and add a color overlay. Go to normal and go to white. I usually put this at around 25%, and I'm gonna drag this down. Oh, sorry. You want to rasterize this layer first. Okay. Now you can do it. Around... Yeah, 25. Yep. And now you want to group all these layers together. Put it behind the text. And yeah, that's looking good. Alright, I'm gonna move this right over here. Okay, that's good. Next up, what we're gonna do is add some floating items and add some more effects. Alright, we're gonna go to items right over here. I'm gonna add this one. Just drag and drop. Next up, you want to go to filter, blur, and motion blur. You want to select the angle to pointing around this way, this direction. Then you want to select any distance you prefer. I'm gonna go for 15. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna duplicate another and put one right over here. Okay. We're gonna add one more item. Put the size down. This up here. Okay. Now you're gonna do another motion blur. Yep, that looks good. Okay. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna do some lightning effects on here. We're gonna go to effects. We're gonna add I think this one. Put it behind the character, and okay, nice. And put one more right here. Okay. You wanna double click it? Go to color overlay, go to hue, and choose a yellow color. Okay. And on the other one too. Alright, that looks good. Next up, we're gonna add more on here. You wanna Control J to duplicate it and put it on this one too. I'm gonna change the color to this one though. Let me try choosing a better red. Okay. I'm gonna change the cloud to, or the smoke, sorry. Where is it? Here. Okay. I'm gonna change this to red. Okay. Next up, what we're gonna do is do some special effects. You wanna make a layer on top of everything. Get out your brush tool right over here. You wanna select this color and make it smaller brush and brush around this part. Okay. This right here. Okay. Now you want to go to here, go to linear dots add, and lower the opacity. I think around 16 is nice. What you're gonna do next is Gaussian blur. Okay. Now you can see some parts leaking out. What you can do is use the eraser tool, make the hardness to 0, and you can sort of erase some of it. Okay. Next up, what you're gonna do is add more of these effects, but on other places, like this crown. Okay. We're gonna put it on in a dodge add and lower the opacity. Once again, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay. Alright. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fix the background a bit. You wanna go down to here and make a layer above the background. Get a black brush and, brush around the corners. Okay. Next up, you want to make another layer above that. Make the colors right over here and press below the smoke. Then you want to lower the opacity down a bit. Okay. You can add socials down here if you want, but in this case I'm not going to, because for the sake of the tutorial. Alright, the last thing we're gonna do is you want to select the top one, shift, and select the bottom one. Then you want to Control J, duplicate it, and Control E to merge everything together. Alright, now you want to Control A to select all, and go to Filter, Camera, Raw Filter. Okay, now you want to move the temperature up to yellow a bit, and the tint to pink. Okay, next up you want to add exposure, and move the contrast down, move it up, sorry, and move the highlights down, shadows up, clarity up, and vibrance up. Next up, you want to go to tone curve and make an S curve. So you gotta move this up and move this down. So it's sort of like an S curve, like a small S curve. Next, you want to add a bit of sharpening, around 5, and yeah. The effects, you want to add also around 5% of grain, and press OK. As you can see, that looks quite better. Okay, the last step of this tutorial is RGB split. What you're gonna do to do an RGB split is Ctrl J, duplicate the layer, double click this, and go to blending options. Oops, sorry. You wanna untick G and B. Nothing's gonna happen yet, but you're gonna have to use your arrow keys, move to the left. You wanna click once, there you go. You can adjust to what you want. I'm gonna go for here. Okay. Now you can see some things are popping up over here. You can fix that by using your eraser tool. Okay. Alright, with that done, I hope you guys enjoyed this video here today. If you made anything from this video, be sure to tweet at me on Twitter at BuffetDZN. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell if you want to be notified for when I post speed arts tutorials like this. And finally, if we reach 30 likes on this video, you'll get a PSD download below of this header right here. And thank you guys for watching. Peace out.